Paul Blevins, and it is my privilege and honor to be president of Columbus Rotary this year. On behalf of the club, let me welcome all of you here today to our 15th annual High School Service Above Self Fair. To open our meeting, the colors will be presented by an honor guard of cadets from the Army Junior ROTC from South High School. Would you please stand for the colors to be presented? And then please remain standing afterwards, and we will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At our Rotary luncheons, we typically have an invocation offered by one of our members. Today, in recognition of the many faith traditions that we have present, please join together and experience the power of silence in our loud and busy world. Please close your eyes for 17 seconds of silence to honor all students everywhere and for peace. Thank you. You may now be seated. And please do go ahead and eat. We're going to continue with the program, but we'd never get in the food if we didn't start right now. So go ahead and eat. I'm going to turn the program over to the co-chairman of our Service Above Self Fair Committee. They are two very hardworking gentlemen, Jim Maniaci and Keith Stimper. Gentlemen.
Well, welcome to the fair. We're so excited to have you here this year. We're so excited that you all have worked so hard to create a wonderful event for everybody in the city to be proud of. My name is Jim Maniaci, and I'm one of the chairs of the Rotary Committee that's in charge of fostering the effort that you all really bring to life. It's exciting for our club to showcase and celebrate your community service projects. These projects, the projects that you students have done, resulted in more than 1,000 students putting in 10,000 hours of service. How much better off is our community because of that? Thank you so much. Now, for those of you who are attending and those of you who are students who also want to see what the other folks have been doing, we've got programs, fair programs on your tables, and you can see summaries of what each project comprised of. We've got nearly 200 students here with us today from all 21 Columbus City high schools. And we've also have, just as a nod to the future, we have 3 middle school teams here that have great projects. Those are the other 3. These students, we honor them. We're glad we're here, but remember, there's many other students who couldn't be here today who also helped on those projects. Now, if you've been to any of our events before, you know it's all about recognition and celebration. That's what we're here today. So let's get that started by recognizing the Student Service Above Self stars who are here today. First, let's see all the seniors. Would all the seniors in high school please stand who have been involved in the projects? Okay. Okay, you all can be seated. You're off to a great start to go on to the next phase of your life. Now, would all the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen please stand at once? Okay. Hey, if you're a junior, wave your hand. Okay? All right, put them down. If you're a sophomore, wave your hand. How about the freshmen? Look at that. This is great. Thank you so much. Now, the only way that we can have these great projects is if there's some faculty member or coordinator, some individual in the school who helps organize, foster, support this project. Would all of the faculty who have served as project advisors this year please stand? Yeah. I don't know if these folks are shy, but you notice a lot of them were hiding over there under the overhang. We see you and we appreciate the work that you've done. Thank you so much. So for all you students here, thanks for showing them gratitude. At this point, I'd like to introduce our co-chair, Keith Stempert.
Hello, everyone. I'm Keith Stempert, as Jim says, and I have the privilege and the pleasure of serving with him as co-chair of our wonderful committee. And speaking of our wonderful committee, would all those members of the Rotary Service Above Self Program Committee please stand up? Thank you. Thank you so much for your wisdom and your support of this program through the years. It certainly has made this partnership a success. Next, let's have the rest of our Rotary Club stand and be recognized. These Rotarians have served in a number of different capacities through the year relative to this project. So would all other Rotarians please stand up? Some of these folks have served on the review, reinforce, and select teams that visited every high school this year to meet with the student project team leaders, hosting special guests here today and helping with logistics to make the fair itself a success, and then serving on our scholarship committee and interviewing students for the scholarships that we're going to hear more about later, and generally supporting the students with our visits here today as we talked about the many different projects. So thank you, Rotarians, for all you do to help Columbus City Schools and the students that are with us today. It's also my pleasure to ask Krista Bauer to stand up. Krista, if you would, be recognized. Ms. Bauer is the Business Partnerships Coordinator for Columbus City Schools. In addition to the countless and important responsibilities of her position, she serves as our primary contact for the Student Service Above Self program. And on behalf of everyone involved in our partnership and with the schools and everyone served through community service, thank you so very much for your invaluable leadership on this program. So let's give her another round of applause. Now, another individual central to the whole operation here and keeping the train running on time is Rick Studer. And I'd like to have Rick come forward now. Rick serves as our coordinator of Student Service Above Self program, and his commitment and dedication to this effort is just tremendous. So, Rick, take it away.
Okay. No. Please, no. You know, you can't take those kids out of school. They just go nuts. The career and community resource coordinators at the Columbus City Schools, high schools are just an invaluable part of the team that makes all of this community service possible. I'm going to ask them all to stand. Hold your applause till I get them all up, but they have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of big duties, and to take this on in addition to all that they do for students every day is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, here they are. Matt Bell, Northland and Beechcroft. Hadiya Jawara. I'm sorry, Hadiya, you taught me well, I'm sorry. West High School and Briggs High School. Triss Oliver from Whetstone and Centennial. Okay, Joetta Gregory, Lyndon McKinley and Mifflin. Kelly Raspberry from Eastmore. There's Kelly. Lee Anthony Jones from South and Columbus North International. Where's Lee Anthony? He's not here. He's sick. Oh, okay. We'll go over to his house later. Martha Daya from Independence and Walnut Ridge. She's over there. Jason Rawls, Marion Franklin and East. There's Jason. A tie, my goodness gracious. Samantha Smith, Columbus Alternative High School. Teresa Jeter, Columbus Afrocentric and Fort Hayes Arts and Academic. There she is. John Young from Columbus Global and Columbus Scioto. And Cheryl Cooper from Columbus Downtown High School. Did I miss anybody? Let's really thank them a lot, please. I know there are several high school principals here today. I don't have the list in front of me, but would you all please stand? Our high school principals. Please, please, please. There's... Thank you, everybody. Your support for what your students do in community service and your support for the community and career resource folks, for the other project advisors is just invaluable as well. If you are from one of the community organizations that worked with any of these project teams, could you just stand up a second? Oh, there we go. Where from? Seven Baskets works with Briggs. Okay. There's a number of others who wanted to be here. I knew they couldn't, but we still want to give them a shout out. The interaction of you students with community organizations is good for those organizations, good for the people they serve, and good for you. Last but not least, we have some corporate supporters. You know, we can't do these things without some money. And fortunately, in addition to Rotary and the Columbus City Schools, we have some corporations who really, really, really care about you students and what you're doing. So we just want to acknowledge, first of all, Walmart. Would the Walmart folks please stand? This is Jeff Stone, Matt Carter, Linda Lewis, and Beth Evans. Thank you. First time for Walmart, and we're looking forward to a partnership over the times. Yes, indeed. Thank you, thank you. Luke McCormick, Rotarian Luke McCormick, very generous supporter. Luke, please stand. American Electric Power, their representative is on vacation today, but they've been a supporter for the last several years. We appreciate that a whole lot. Is Michael Wilkos here from United Way? I didn't see Michael come in. But United Way is a new supporter this year. We appreciate that, obviously. Callaway Robertson representing Fifth Third Bank. Fifth Third Bank, multiple years of support. Thank you. Dwight Smith. Dwight, where are you? There's Dwight from Sophisticated Systems, has supported us for several years. Thank you, Dwight. Representing Charles Harris, CPA, is his daughter, Micah Harris. Her father has supported us for several years, and I wish he were here. I had a disco joke for him with the disco ball. Oh well, it'll come on later. And President Paul, what was your favorite disco song? The Hustle. The Hustle. How many of you would really like, I mean, some of you probably haven't even heard the word disco. How many of you would like to see President Paul demonstrate the hustle? Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, put your hand down now. But that means you have to come up and sing it. We have a tight schedule, but we'll see if we can fit that in. I had to do that. Huntington Bank has supported us for several years. They're not represented here today. I know he had a conference to go to, but Huntington Bank, Taft, Stettinius, and Hollister, one of the best law firms in town. Jim Maniaci, yes, thank you. Associated Bank, Brent Thomas is their representative. Brent's here. Brent, where are you? Oh, he's over with the color guard. Thank you, Brent. Savas Sophocleus. Savas, are you here? There you are. Savas, thank you. Thank you. He is DHDC. On your program on the inside front page is the list of these supporters, as well as on that banner and the one outside. There were several other anonymous, very generous donors, and again, we appreciate this so much because we couldn't do this without you. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Rick. And there's a very special supporter that we're going to hear from, of our special guests. There are so many people that work and pull together to make this happen, but it simply couldn't happen with support of the highest level of the schools. At the very top, this is an enormous organization, Columbus City Schools, and we get a lot of attention, a lot of direction, and a lot of support. We're going to hear now from the interim superintendent of the Columbus City Schools, Dr. John Stanford.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you guys doing? Good. Awesome. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Well, 15 years of service above self. That's really amazing. And I can't thank the Rotary enough for those 15 years. And for those who don't know, the Rotary has been a part of the Columbus community for well over 100 years. And they have been serving our community like no other organization for that 100 years. And so let's give them another round of applause for their service to our community. Service above self is really about the spirit of success in Columbus City Schools. The spirit of success in Columbus City Schools is really about serving others and making sure that we are performing at the highest levels of achievement that we can possibly perform. And so making sure that our students have that opportunity to demonstrate their skills outside of the classrooms in these type of projects is just amazing. It is what true learning is really about, in my humble opinion. Because what true learning is really about is taking what you learn in the classroom and taking the class book lessons out of the classroom and then applying them to real life and making them come to life through your work in our communities to make our communities a better place. And so this spirit of success that we are building in Columbus City Schools is really about building a culture of service to our community by fostering community service attitudes with our students so that they will take that mindset into the community and build a better city and build better neighborhoods throughout the city. Our students' hard work is evident in the more than 60 student-led community service projects represented today by 21 different high schools and 3 middle schools. And what they are bringing to the table when they are performing this service is that they are learning that service learning helps them grow both intellectually and personally to improve their character and to be responsible young people. Service learning engages them in real-world experiential opportunities that in chosen areas of the community, and it promotes their understanding of and their commitment to the community and civic leadership. It also provides them an opportunity to strengthen our schools by helping them fulfill their focus on increased opportunities to engage in the community and engage in their neighborhoods. And then last but not least, service learning provides them an opportunity to partner with individuals like yourselves, individuals who are leaders in our community and individuals who are making a difference not only in your profession, but also in your volunteer service to the community. And so again, I just want to thank the Columbus Rotary, not only for your 15 years of service with Service Above Self, but also for your 100+ years of service to this community. Your commitment has been unmatched, and your and your loyalty to our students has been unmatched. I especially want to thank Program Coordinator Rick Studer, who he and I go back a long, long time, too long to even mention, but he has shown throughout his career a dedication to students and a dedication to our community. And so again, thank you, Rick, for your service. I also want to thank Galen Graham and Steve Sundry for your leadership on the scholarship portion of this project. To Rotary President Paul Blevins, thank you very much for your leadership and your commitment to our school district. And Executive Director Scott Brown, thank you for your leadership and commitment to Columbus City Schools, but more importantly, your leadership and commitment to our students. I can't tell you enough how important it is, this idea of service. I try my best to model servant leadership in my work. And the reason why servant leadership is so important to me personally is because it's a leadership model that is based on the principles of serving others and lifting up others through your work. And for me, there is no other deeper calling than to work with individuals to make them better. There's nothing that makes me feel better than to see others succeed and to be successful and to achieve their dreams. And so, again, thank you all very much for this opportunity. Thank you all very much for working with our students to teach them those lessons of serving others and lifting up our community to be a better place for all of us to live. Thank you all very much, and let's have a great afternoon.
Normally at this portion of the meeting, the Mayor of Columbus is here to offer remarks and thanks to everyone. Mayor Andrew Ginther is not able to come today. So he asked me to read a letter to you on the occasion of today's Student Service Above Self Fair. Please let everyone at the 15th Annual High School Service Fair know that I regret my schedule doesn't allow me to participate this year. I am disappointed because seeing all the wonderful community service projects that students plan and conduct, making a positive difference in their schools, inspires me each year. Talking with the dedicated students who have shared their time and talents in service to others gives me great confidence about the future of our city and our country. Also, please share my appreciation for the Student Service Above Self program partnership between Columbus Rotary and the Columbus City Schools. I applaud the hundreds of school personnel and Rotarians who support the students each year. I am not aware of a similar partnership anywhere else in the country. As you share my thoughts, please emphasize my admiration for the creativity and the concern demonstrated by the students through their community service efforts. I know one of the banners at the fair has a quote from Shirley Chisholm that says, quote, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on earth," end quote. The students reading that banner and their community service teammates back at school are paying that rent with their heads, their hands, and their hearts. Bless them for their impact on everyone served by their projects. Sincerely and thanks, Mayor Andrew J. Ginther. Thank you.
And now let's welcome to the podium someone who I know has a very special place in her heart for community service, and that would be Columbus City Council member Priscilla Tyson.
Good afternoon. Today is all about greatness. You know, Martin Luther King said, everyone can be great because everyone can serve. So each and every one of you, this is about greatness. From Keith and Jim, who are on the podium, to Paul, to Rick, to the interim superintendent of Columbus City Schools, Mr. John Stanford, to Rhonda Johnson, who works as a director of the city's education department, to the parents, to the teachers, to the administrators, and to every single person that has given their time and their talent to support our young people. That means you are all great. It is always a pleasure to be here. I want to also thank the sponsors. Thank you, Walmart. Thank you, Jeff, for being here. This is an event that I thoroughly enjoy coming to. I come every single year because I enjoy seeing the work of the Rotary with the school system, and then most importantly, seeing the young people share their service projects. I also want to say a special thank you to Mr. McCormick. It's always a pleasure to come here and to see the young people who get scholarships and from this event for the fine work that they have done. So congratulations to the Rotary on your 15th year of making sure that young people have an opportunity to really show their greatness. The Rotary has posed a question: what would it take to change the world? Each person responds in a different way, and it is creative and unique in nature of each of the responses that make such a positive and lasting impact on those we help. It is a never-ending call to service above self that defines our existence, our community, and guides your admirable efforts as individuals. For this, the City of Columbus, the Columbus City Council, we applaud you. With nearly 60 different projects and 10,000 hours of community service, each of you has changed the world in numerous ways. And I have to say that those 10,000 hours of service to our community, there is absolutely no way that our city could pay to have those services rendered. There's no way that could happen. And as I looked at all the different projects in the booklet and got to walk around, I will tell you those projects are so important to individuals in our community. You have launched projects that have helped to make your school a better place. You have lent a helping hand to younger students and other schools. You provide the service to our community, whether you have worked at the food bank, at the shelters. You have done numerous projects to make a difference in our community. You provided assistance that really make this community a better place. But you have also you have provided to this community showing that you are not selfish. Sometimes we hear things about young people that are absolutely not true, and you have certainly demonstrated by your works that you have put service above self. I'm so excited that you are the future, not only of Columbus. I hope you will stay in Columbus or you'll go and come back to Columbus. But I will tell you, once you've been involved in service, it will never, ever leave you. You will always want to be involved in service because that is going to make you a whole person, a better person. It's going to be something that gets inside your DNA that makes you want to serve. The impact you have on our community is tremendous. And I just had to come here to personally say, thank you for what you do for our city each and every day. Thank you for those individuals who may not even know your name that you have helped. I come to say thank you for them. And again, I cannot wait to sit for the rest of the program because it is just one of the events that I absolutely love attending. Thank you and continued service, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Council Member Tyson, for your remarks today and coming today and supporting the students that are here and, of course, Columbus City Schools. So,
Well, I hope you're just getting warmed up in recognizing community service by these terrific Columbus students, because now we get to focus on the specific projects that represent the work of all 57 teams here today. Every year, teams of Rotarians select one project from each school for designation as most exemplary. As I announce the most exemplary projects in each of 3 general areas of service, we need the students who worked on these projects to stand, and we'd like for you to remain standing so we can recognize all groups in that project as a group. We'll start with students whose projects addressed important personal and school issues to enhance lives and create better school environments. Now, please hold your applause until all teams are standing in alphabetical order by school. From Beechcroft High School, the International Fair. Standing up, there we go, great. Centennial High School, All Stars Shine. Columbus Alternative High School, CAHS Against Sexual Violence. Columbus North International School, CNIS, the Cleanup Crew. Columbus Scioto High School, the Clean Crew. Eastmore Academy, Macro Awareness of Microaggressions. Independence High School, Immigrant Voices. And Northland High School, the Spanish Verb Word Wall. Thank you all for your service here to fellow students and schools. Let's give them a round of applause. And you may be seated. Thank you so much. The next group of students conducted projects designed to improve the lives of younger students with various needs and challenges. Again, in alphabetical order, this group includes Briggs High School, Ready to Read or Calculate. Columbus Global Academy, Building Better Readers. Mifflin High School, Reading Buddies at Ennis Elementary School. And South High School, the South High Empowerment Group. Let's give these folks a round of applause. Thank you for your commitment to the younger students in your community. So you may be seated. Students completing the next projects took on a variety of community-based challenges to support individuals in need and/or community organizations that do the same. In alphabetical order again, Columbus Afrocentric Early College, Helping the Hungry. Columbus Downtown High School, the Community Service Leaders. East High School, a Give Back in a Pack. Fort Hays Arts and Academic High School, the Interact Club. Linda McKinley STEM Academy, Giving Time and Saving Lives. And from Marion Franklin High School, Tabs for Ronald. From Walnut Ridge High School, Be the One to Stop Violence, because I said I would. West High School, Project EAT, and Whetstone High School, AP Biology Honduras Health Clinic. Let's all give them a round of applause for their efforts. Fantastic work, everyone.
So it would be wonderful to hear a description of every single one of these projects, but that's impossible in the time that we have. Every year, we do designate 4 of the projects as special recognition projects. And if you're wondering where the number 4 comes, it's nothing magic. We just don't have time to hear from more. We think they're all special. But I'm going to call the names of this year's special recognition projects in alphabetical order by the school. Now, I'd like you students who are going to be presenting to come up to the stage left, right there. The gentleman will help you, gather together. And let's hold our applause until we hear all 4, okay, announced. First, All Stars Shine from Centennial High School. We're going to hear what the National Honor Society had up their sleeve at that program. Next, CAUSE, Columbus Alternative High School, Against Sexual Violence. We're going to hear how the students empowered themselves to speak out. Next, Eastmore Academy, micro-awareness of microaggressions, understanding how people may unintentionally say the wrong thing and cause pain. Finally, from Northland High School, the Spanish verb word wall. And all I can say is, where were you when I was in high school? It would have made I might have gone to a better college, I don't know. But so we're really looking forward to hearing from you all. So if the Centennial group could come up first, and we'll hear a little description of what they did that impressed the reviewers so much.
Hi guys, so our project was called Stars All Shine, and when we sat down to think about what we wanted to do to change Centennial, we decided that we wanted to be more inclusionary between our multiple disability students or our special needs students and our regular student body, because we see lots of bullying and not much interaction between the two groups. And so when we decided to sit down, we figured, what a better way to get everybody involved than with art projects.
Our inspiration for the project was actually a local artist, Henry Hess. He's autistic and nonverbal. He's made a name for himself within the arts community. He mainly focuses on painting, but he does paper crafts as well. Yeah.
So we met with them every single week, and we learned about a different artist altogether. And then we did an art project based off that artist. And then, so every year we have an annual art show at our school, and the multiple disability students' art is never really included with that. And so we just had their very own art show for the first time ever. And then this past week, we had the art show that was already in place, and their artwork was also included in that.
And for the future of the project, we wanted to hand off to the 2019 National Honor Society so they can make a project on their own that reflects the same ideas of integration to show the student body as one.
So also with that, Centennial did start an inclusionary track team this year. So students from our school as well as our special needs students ran together and did events for the track team. And then we also volunteered for Special Olympics events as well. And overall, the project turned out really well because we saw many results with more interactions. Several special needs students came to our prom and just hung out with everybody and had a fantastic time. So we did see really great results with that as well.
Thank you very much. We'll have each presenter leave stage right and be thanked by various dignitaries. Our next group will be Columbus Alternative High School. Please step forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Asia.
I'm Kathleen.
And we're both seniors at CAUSE. And our club is CAUSE Against Sexual Violence. And our aim was to help educate students and faculty about issues surrounding the topic of sexual violence. And we also really wanted to provide a safe atmosphere for students to learn, as well as to eradicate sexual violence as much as we were able to in our school environment.
In order to achieve our goals, we have coordinated monthly meetings ranging from about 15 to 20 students per meeting that attend each discussion, having guest speakers who educate the students about different topics regarding the overall discussion of sexual violence. We've discussed topics such as consent, healthy versus abusive relationships, childhood trauma, human trafficking, and sexual violence perpetuated in the media, as well as legislation and sexual violence towards marginalized groups. We also hold a yearly senior workshop that educates the seniors about consent and campus assault, which is actually happening this Friday for the second time.
Ever since starting our club, we learned a lot more than we anticipated that we would. And now we're a lot more socially aware about the severity of sexual violence in our society. And that alone has motivated us to really express our concerns and to help to educate our peers as much as we're able to, while in a place of learning alongside them. Also, by having this club available, we've been able to introduce a discussion that you wouldn't find in the Common Core curriculum in the school environment as well. And by receiving an increase in members that attend every year, as well as through peer validation, through the impact that our club has had on some of our peers. Some of our peers have even mentioned that they want to take on the club. They just have a passion for the topic, as we do, once we leave as seniors. And it's really helped us to understand the success of our club and the positive impact that it's had, not just on our school environment, but in the community as a whole.
I feel that this club has shaped my growth as a leader as well as a person, and I'm very thankful to have been a part of Cause Against Sexual Violence. I want to continue advocacy and education work in college and beyond, and I'm thankful that the club is continuing at Cause, as Asia said.
And I definitely agree. I feel as though I've been equipped with the necessary tools in order to continue this conversation beyond high school. And I'm actually very excited because I feel that I have a clear path towards further advocacy and to making sure that this conversation never dies. Thank you.
Okay. Our next presenters will be the team from Eastmoor Academy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We, the Service Above Self team from Eastmoor Academy, would like to present to you today our project on microaggressions. My name is Mercy.
I'm Dacia. And I'm Soraya.
And after viewing a documentary from Harvard University's microaggression campaign, we thought it would be a great project to show to our school community.
Microaggressions are unintended discriminatory comments or actions towards a group of people based on one's race, ethnicity, size, sexual orientation, and socioeconomics. Microaggressions may not always be ill-intentioned, but the slights illuminate deeper problems and biases in America. Words do matter.
With this project today, we had two main goals. Our first main goal was to define the term microaggressions so that everyone knew exactly what they are. Some common terms of microaggressions are, "You're so pretty for a black girl."
"You're so well-spoken."
"That's so retarded."
Our second goal was to inform our school community on how these microaggressions can affect an individual personally.
The results of our student body survey include that now, not only students understand the term microaggressions, they are also able to identify and combat these microaggressions daily. We went from no one even hearing the term to now every single day we always hear people asking themselves, is this microaggressional?
During this project, I personally feel that it was very beneficial to our school community. I've learned that this project has groomed people on how they talk to each other because words can actually affect an individual mentally and physically.
Before I started working on this project, I had never even heard the term. But now, not only do I understand the term, I have also reduced my use of microaggressions, and I also speak up when others are committing microaggressions.
Thank you.
And finally, we will hear from the team from Northland High School.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leslie.
My name is Jacob Sullivan.
My project is the bird wall. It's a wall with different birds and images Spanish that you can use without the use of the translate. I did this to help the students with their learning process in the language and make it easy for every student at Northland High School that is in Spanish class. The way it works is that you can see the pictures and the action that the picture represents on the word, so you know a new word and that can improve your vocabulary and your knowledge in Spanish. It's something so easy that anyone can understand and use now and in the future. In conclusion, thank you for letting me share my project with you. This shows that anyone can learn a new language. It doesn't matter the age, So don't be afraid to learn a new language now. Thank you.
Well, that was great. You notice all these folks seem to have a better vocabulary than 30-year-old people. We're really lucky to hear their presentations. We have another tradition here, and it's in looking to the future high school students who are in middle school today, but who are still stepping forward and making a difference in their community. We have a middle school service above self fair that's very well attended and has a lot of participation. And we typically select 3 representative projects from that fair and have them, they've been interspersed and they aren't necessarily in a separate place. Sometimes you can't tell. The projects are so sophisticated. They stand with any other project here. I'm going to read the names of those 3 projects in the schools, and I'd appreciate it if the student members will please stand and remain standing so we can recognize all of you as a group, and we expect to see you next year at the high school fair, if you're going to move on to high school. First, Columbus Gifted Academy, Operation Safe Space. Thank you. Hiltonia Middle School, It Can Happen to Anyone. Hiltonia. Okay, they're in the back. Ridgeview Middle School, Project Boost. Thanks for all of your service. We look forward to you continuing. Please be seated. Okay. Now, all of you who came here today are very aware that every project has value, especially those of you who are fortunate enough to walk around and visit with the students and hear what they did, hear what it had, the difference it made to them. We salute every project and every student, because every student on every project team puts service above self. They made a positive difference in the lives of others. They experienced a unique satisfaction that comes from service, and they served as positive examples to the other students in their school. So we're going to go one step further in showing our recognition and our appreciation of these students. Every year at this program, we're very happy to use this program as a forum for our club's scholarship committee, and we have a very strong and thriving scholarship committee on this club. Our final presentations will be made by Rotarian Galen Graham, a member of Columbus Rotary's Scholarship Committee. And this is where Rotary shows you the money.
Steve, can you join me? And the scholarship recipients, if you could join me as well. And while they're doing that, I just wanted to point out that the Columbus Rotary awards every year over $100,000 in scholarships for summer programs, high school programs, and for college scholarships. These funds are due to the generosity of members of the Columbus Rotary, the Columbus Rotary Foundation, and various other foundations and endowments from Rotary members. I also wanted to take a moment to indicate how fortunate we are to have the Walmart Foundation and its Community Grants Program as sponsors for both the Service Above Self Fair and for 2 of these scholarships. The 10 participating Walmart centers are located at Georgesville Road, Bethel Road, West Point Plaza, Columbus Pike, Sawmill Road, Britton Parkway, East Main Street, Morse Road, Stringtown Road, and Schrock Road. The Walmart Foundation each year receives thousands upon thousands of requests for support. So it's important to note that Walmart has chosen you, students of the Columbus City Schools, to recognize for your commitment to academic excellence and to community service. Their mission at Walmart is to create an impact in the neighborhoods where we live and work, and they are certainly doing that today. So please give one more round of applause for our colleagues from the Walmart Corporation. So assisted by Steve Sundre, who I would like to introduce as chair of the scholarship committee, we are going to award these scholarships now. I'm going to ask the scholarship recipients, when you receive your award, to stay here. After that, we're going to, at the end, go back, but we're going to have pictures and a chance to meet some of your other friends and photographs after the program is over, so hang in there. The process that we use for selecting scholarships is pretty intense. The students are nominated by their high schools. We ask them to go through the application process, write some essays, explain their commitment to community service and their academic interests. And then they are interviewed by teams of Rotarians at their high schools. So it's a rather involved process, and we think we've got some wonderful students here for this program. Our first recipient from Briggs High School, who will be attending Capital University, is James Johnson, the fourth. From Centennial High School, the Thomas J. Fitzpatrick Memorial Scholarship, Emily Boyer. She'll be attending the University of Cincinnati. The next scholarship is a new scholarship, which is endowed by an anonymous donor. So if you're out there, thank you. And this is named the Rotary Presidential Scholarship, and is named in honor of our most immediate past president, who in this case is Jack Graff. Jack, where are you? There you are. Give Jack a round of applause. And the recipient of this scholarship is from Columbus Afrocentric High School, attending the Ohio State University, Jada Russell. From Columbus Alternative High School, Brittany Stewart. Who's attending Spelman? Yes, okay. From Columbus North International, who's going to be attending Mississippi State University, Kiara Cobb. From Eastmore Academy, attending Wilberforce University, Elia Hughes. From Fort Hays, attending Spelman College also, I believe, Kaylee McDaniel. From Independence High School, attending Denison University, Alejandra Aguirre. From Marion Franklin High School, attending Columbus State, Jayla Lather. From Mifflin High School, attending Bethune-Cookman University, Bailey Williams. From Walnut Ridge High School, attending the Ohio State University, Hamadou Ndiaye. Our last scholarship is provided through the generosity of Luke and Mary Beth McCormick. And Luke and Mary Beth, could you stand up so we can see you, recognize you? The scholarship has a value of $25,000 and is awarded to, from West High School, attending the Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Malcolm Neal. We've asked Malcolm to make a comment or two. Malcolm?
There's really not any amount of words that I can say that really shows the gratitude I have for receiving this scholarship. It's really going to help me in my future and being a volunteer in the future. But I guess to start off, I could say thank you to all the Rotarians for all your support. Thank you to the contributors, all the parents, all the staff members from Columbus City Schools. Just thank you to everybody for all you've done for me to help me through this challenging journey to find where I want to go in the future and what I want to do. So once again, thank you very much.
And let's recognize all the recipients of the Service Above Self scholarships. we'll get together just after the program for some more photos. So let's go back and sit down.
Thank you, Galen. Wasn't that wonderful? Congratulations to all of the students today who've participated in our Service Above Self Fair. We appreciate that you have involved yourselves with us, because we as Columbus Rotarians gain a lot of energy and perspective from spending the time we do with you here today and also throughout the process of having your service projects judged and so forth. As you go off in that journey to discover what you want to do in the future, let me offer you a couple invitations. Number one, when you get to college and you're looking for a group of people to serve with, there's probably a Rotaract club there. That's a little Rotary club at your college. Look them up. They'll be a great team for you to join and to continue your service. And then maybe a little bit later when you're in the workforce, look for a Rotary club. We're a great team to join. We'd love to have you. We're just one club. Columbus Rotary is just one club of 38,000 across the globe. 1.2 million members dedicated to service above themselves. And we'd love to have you be a part of our team when it's right for you. So, with that, let me thank you all again and say we are now adjourned from this 15th Service Above Self Fair. Thank you all for coming, and we hope to see you next year again too.